I'm Mike Reece. I ended up with CML, and what I was going to say is somehow I got my DNA damaged. It's an exposure disease. I got exposed to something that chopped off 2 legs of my chromosomes.
And then it manifests how in the body? What's the symptom?
It ends up causing your body to produce white blood cells nonstop, which makes your blood really thick. And you die of a heart attack or a stroke once your body can't pump the blood anymore because it's so thick. And I got pretty bad before I ended up at the doctor, ended up at the ER. In fact, very bad. I was probably a day or 2 away from passing.
All right, so now let's fast forward. You come here, kind of share your journey here up to now, kind of in body, mind, emotions, every way as you walk out healing, because healing isn't just fixing a physical thing.
Right.
It's fixing a mental, emotional, connecting to a spiritual. Everything connects, and that's why nobody heals unless they holistically heal, meaning heal the whole person. So kind of share that part of the journey.
Well, when I first got here, I was emaciated. I think I could barely walk. All my muscles were gone from the treatment. I was in the hospital for, 10 days and high doses of chemo, just trying to save my life. And I think at that point I probably needed it. I didn't want to take the chemo, but with my blood so thick, I had to. So it was a journey, just every day getting a little bit stronger, a little bit better. I got here, I just thought my life was over as I knew it. I've since to realize that's not the case.
No. In fact, you're just beginning the journey.
True. Yeah, I believe so. But energy-wise and health-wise, I feel better than I felt in 10 years.
And right, and that's because you're healing everything. And that's the beauty of it. And me, as watching you grow, it's such a beautiful thing from my point of view. Because you came in initially, and don't take this wrong,
I won't.
Totally in the mind.
Oh, 100%.
And see, what I try to tell patients is the body only gets sick from the mind. It doesn't really get sick, or it can repair itself as long as the mind doesn't stay as a blockage. But if the mind rules too strong, it's like a dictator, and then the body will eventually collapse. So I saw you initially coming in as very strong mind.
100%.
Very successful person, very strong mind. But then I saw, from my point of view, a letting go progressively of the mind and an opening up more to the heart, to the spirit. And that's when I saw your healing just got stronger and stronger and stronger, and your energy just got better and better and better.
Yeah, I never really correlated the two, but you're right. My most valued trait of my body is my brain.
Right.
I love my brain more than my blue eyes and anything else. My brain is it. And my brain was slipping. It was memory issues, cognitive strength. But
anything you'd like to share for people out there that, feel they have a major health challenge? It could be life-threatening. They feel hopeless. They feel they don't know what to do. What would you tell them?
So I'm going to tell you something else that I feel my disease, and I know, I'm going to tell you how I feel. I was so into nutrition before this happened.
Right.
I was the healthiest I'd ever been.
Right.
I did the time-restricted eating. I did keto. I wasn't doing any sugar. And these words came out of my mouth. I would tell friends and family, I don't care what illness you have. If you were not born with it, you can fix it with nutrition. Mm-hmm. And then I end up with a disease with a damaged chromosome, which I don't think you can fix with nutrition.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I got the message. Is that an attitude adjustment? I mean, what are the odds? 5,000 people a year get this. You take 320 million, 5,000 divided by 320
and you're a healthy one.
And you round it up, you still get 0. The odds of me getting this illness was 0. And here I sit. So I still believe that nutrition can fix almost anything, but
It's
have learned,
important, but
right,
now you see a deeper level.
I know, and I've learned now how much the mind affects it. But from my viewpoint, my mind was, I trusted my mind more than I trusted anything in the world.
More than you trusted God.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
Sure.
So that's how much I valued my mind. So yes, I came here with a very strong-willed mind that wasn't open to anything that my mind couldn't explain.
And now, this part of the journey.
And now I'm receiving messages in the middle of the night. So my mind
Well,
can't explain it, but
and it
my
won't-
mind
it won't
also
be able to explain it.
knows it has to be true because it can't have so many of those coincidences
Exactly.
and answer the questions I was asking at the time.
Exactly.
And then have him in my head on Good Friday.
Exactly. Well, that's beautiful. So your message to the people that have those issues is what?
So everybody's different. I think my issue was my mind. You know what it is? It's open up, like you just said. God's always talking to you, but we don't pay attention. We don't pay attention to our body. We don't pay attention to like repeated thoughts. We don't analyze them. We just go through life with blinders on.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. The first song, the lyrics was, look around you, look up here. Take time to make time. Make time to be there. That's the message you were telling me.
Right.
But in different words.
Right.
How did that pop in my head? So the point was, I wasn't listening until, and that song was in my head for probably 2 weeks before I Googled it. And I didn't understand why I kept having this song in my head. And then the message was, holy cow, that's what Dr. Nimitz is telling me. So that's when I started paying attention, started listening to what was going on around me and in my head. So we stop and listen.